dear friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ima, and if you are coming back, thank you so much for coming back. If you are new here, then I say a big welcome. In this video, I'll be sharing some information that you can bear in mind before you migrate once you have made the decision to leave your home country to a new destination. The first thing you can bear in mind is to apply for a visa. I say this because some people still do not have any idea that they will need a visa to travel or how much money they will spend just on a visa. It is important to find out as much information as possible regarding visa procedures and visa fees, and you can do this either by contacting the embassy of your home country or the country of destination. The second thing you can bear in mind is to research about the country you are going to. Have an idea about the culture of the people, the language spoken, how receptive the locals are to foreigners. If the official language is different from your language, then it will be highly advisable to learn the basics of the language, preferably before you take off. It will help greatly with your integration process once you arrive. The third thing would be to make prior living arrangements before you leave home, whether you are migrating as a student, as a tourist, or as an asylum seeker. For asylum seekers, it may be difficult to make prior arrangements, especially if you are living out or you're migrating out of your country out of an emergency. But if you have a choice, please do make living arrangements with someone to receive you either at home or at the airport. Be sure that these arrangements are made with someone you trust or by someone you trust. The best hosts are family members, but if you do not have a family member, then I would advise to be extra vigilant when you arrive. People can be really wicked and manipulative. People you thought you knew will be the ones who take you down, so be extra careful. Another thing to bear in mind is that the greener side is not really green and the world is not really as big as it seems. A lot is being exaggerated in the media about the Western world being super fine, just as much as a lot is exaggerated about Africa on the media and other developing countries for being dirty and filthy. For some people, living space may be smaller and crappier compared to what they are used to. You will also notice that life may be expensive in general, from foodstuff to accommodation. So try not to compare your currency with the currency of your host country or the value of food. Otherwise, you may go crazy. Devise a means to cope up with the exchange. The greener side is not green. It is gray, but you can make it green depending on how you take decisions and how you prioritize on the things that you do. Another thing to bear in mind is that living abroad can be lonely and home won't be home anymore. I say this because life is so unnecessarily busy in the Western world. Nobody has time for anybody and everything is by appointment because people are busy. So you may end up alone or lonely. The people you thought were your friends will sideline you, especially if your thoughts or ideas are different from theirs. Try to focus on why you left home. Prioritize on your studies if you are here as a student. Learn a new language, learn a new skill. Join other social groups, etc. This will help you not to feel so lonely. Also, home will no longer be home because you decided to leave home and people at home expect you to remain out here and provide money for their upkeep. That's just the way it is. They may pretend that home is always home, but know that you are not welcome until needs are satisfied. If that is something realistic, because needs really are never satisfied. Another thing to consider would be to know that you are going to a different country and no one really cares about you, especially the locals. First of all, you are coming to take up their space in their community and you will be unwanted from the onset. You will be given labels and you will be called names and made to feel like you are from a different planet. Try not to let that get into your head. Others have survived prejudice and the discrimination, and so can you. Just focus on why you are here, focus on being the better person, and let love and kindness lead. Another thing to consider will be to not disconnect from home, no matter what happens. On those lonely days and those emotionally stressful days, when all your so-called friends are nowhere to be found, you will need family more than ever. If you have a grudge with a family member, just put the grudge aside, put the differences aside and talk it out with them before it is too late. Most often, it is just a little misunderstanding that snowballs into a huge problem and causes years of not communicating with each other. Family will always be those who stand with you at the end of the day. Also bear in mind that it may all fail and you may have to return home. As crazy as it may sound, not everybody succeeds abroad. Do your best to succeed, but if you cannot and if you must return home, then go back home, recharge and return if necessary or if possible. If you had been open and honest with family members and with friends about your actual situation, then it will not be a major issue when you return. You won't be considered a failure. Only those who pretend to be what they are not will have problems reintegrating when they return empty-handed. Another thing to bear in mind is that you will have to do odd jobs. Except you are coming in as an expert, you should bear in mind that a lot of the jobs that are available here for migrants to start with are odd jobs. And you have to do a lot of odd jobs to get on your feet and to keep you going, especially if you are coming as a student or coming to seek asylum. There will be jobs like cleaning people's houses, people's offices and restaurants if you are lucky enough. And there will also be production work such as packaging and forklifting in shops and fruit harvesting in the cold winter or hot summer. Keep your mind focused on why you came and look forward to a more secure job as you put things together and as you take the right decisions along the way. Another thing to consider is to try to learn a craft such as plaiting and get your driving license if possible before you leave. Crafts such as plaiting are very expensive out here and it will help you immensely to get you started when you arrive, especially for ladies. Also, try to get your driving license if possible. It is quite expensive out here to get the driving license and it can be quite time consuming and frustrating. The final thing I would like to say would be to maintain your faith with your God. There are many churches out here and sometimes it may feel overwhelming and you may end up fluctuating between churches. Be definite in your connection with your God. If you know the city where you will be living in, then you can already research the churches that are around and choose a suitable church for yourself. That way you'll be able to maintain your spirituality and connection with your God intact. Include Him in all you do, from your visa preparation to your takeoff and your life in your new destination. As a Christian, I believe in God and that connection with Him keeps me sane and strong. Maybe you are a Muslim, maybe you are a Hindu or a non-believer. Try to maintain whatever connection you have so that it can keep you sane. So dear friends, we have come to the end of the video. I do hope that you enjoyed it and gathered some tips that you can use for yourself or share with someone else. If you like this video and you would like to watch similar videos, then please like, share and subscribe to my channel and click on the notification bell so that you will be the first to be notified when a new video is uploaded. Thank you so much for watching and God bless you.